Domo, welcome everybody. We're back with the Genshin impacts. So yes, welcome, Aloha Gator. Someone will have clipped the starting screen, I'm sure. Domo lemon juice. Yeah, you're dripping with that sauce. Fantastic. Domo in between honor. Domo per cat pog. Bring the intro screen back. It's in every one of my streams. You'll see it next time. Don't worry. And yes, Dodo Moelimology. Welcome, everybody. I mustached you a question, but I'm shaving it for later. But yeah, we're resuming the Genshin stuff. We'll start off, since I have some resin, by, go beat up that other boss. Because there was part of a duo and I fought one of them. Seneca's Gecko's here. Well, welcome, Timeworm Gecko. Good to see you. How you doing? It's over here. Yes, it's like, well, technically you're probably my second favorite gecko. The number one gecko being Pork Rolls Gecko. Well, what are you gonna do to become the new favorite? It's like, will you shed your skin and then eat it? Because I've seen Pork Rolls do it. He's taking pictures. You brought your raid? Yeah, that's true. So yeah, you know what? That's good enough. Now you're the new favorite. Yeah, so it's the nemesis. Not sure how this will be any different, but...
Charge! Rally! Burst forth! Attaboy! Who wants some
yeah,
of
I'm
this?
impacting them Genshins again. Domo Cosmic. It's like, well, I did Act 1 of the main story today, so now I gotta do Act 2. And there you go, that was the second part of that new boss. And I can try that other new boss later, when I have the resin for it. For now, though, we'll resume the main story over here. I did do a little exploring, mostly underwater, so I can get all the domains and stuff. Because it's like with domains, it's like, that's what you need for like the character ascensions and everything. So I was like, let me unlock those as soon as possible so I have those ready and I can grind for that over the weekend. Probably just gonna get some rest again? Alright, fair enough, Cosmic. I appreciate it. Yeah, coming. Just not in the Genshin Impact. That's fine. I understand. It's like... It's not for everyone, but, you know. I'm streaming it so I can get my Prebos. Look, Genshin, I have my UID out.
When I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up.
I
I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Hello again.
Don't worry, we haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while.
It's like, yeah, last time we saved Lenny from being arrested for crimes he did not commit. So today, we're doing something else, I guess. Or maybe we'll solve more crimes, I don't know. It's wrong to say I really want to eat Paimon. It's like, no, please, eat Paimon. She's the emergency food.
Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the
Yes,
food's
classic
good,
Lenny.
I'll make a group reservation for the rest
It's like,
of Spina
it's gonna
Diversity
take a while
next
before I
time.
say his name correctly.
And if it's not?
Well,
Yeah, get my things,
then
thanks.
I'll still bring
Maybe we'll
everyone,
place the evidence on
albeit with
if I
only
convict him
one
for
dish
doing the
per
crimes
table.
he definitely didn't commit.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not doing
Sure,
that.
girl, way of doing things.
We're not gonna convict innocent
We
people.
called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a
Like now
victory feast,
on the
right?
other hand, we could
We
take the
did
guilty
just win
people
that
and
case
execute
after all.
them. French Revolution style. Get out the guillotine!
Oh, true. Very true. In that case,
Oh, well.
boss, another 2 dishes.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken
Yeah,
a big
that's another
step
issue is the
forward,
kidnappings.
but I
The
feel
serial
that's about it.
disappearances.
We know that there's an organization
He's
that
guilty
means
of
to
being a
dissolve
cute
these
guy.
young women, but
Yeah.
we still don't
Exactly.
know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be
Well, now that you linked up your
dissolved
account
like
limit juice, you can
that.
get them free drops.
Right? Yet it
Yeah,
was
your
because
drops.
this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
You could dig up to the Femboy deposit board, don't worry.
In
Fantastic.
such investigations,
Serial
even
disappearances?
the
How am I
smallest
supposed to get my
step can
Captain
seem
Crunch
like
now?
a
I don't know.
yawning chasm as the trail of clues is cut off.
You might have to eat
To
tricks
be
instead
honest,
for a while.
I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the
Or
authorities
some
might
Kellogg
conduct.
cornflakes.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability.
Don't worry, they
It's
removed
just
the
that
infertility.
a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's
Highfalutin.
why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's
It's
all
like,
right.
oh, Paimon, you have no idea.
This was
Look,
supposed to be a
justice
farewell
system
meal,
be so
so
corrupt.
I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydra Archon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do
That's
so.
true.
Where's
We
our
didn't have a
sister?
chance to speak to
Where
her
is she?
after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
Where is she?
So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well,
Like, oh, she's so
would
popular.
you consider some more,
So busy.
unique ways?
Like, come
Perhaps
on, she had
even
all that
methods
time to
of,
cause
let's
problems.
say,
She could pencil us in.
legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
That's oddly
I'm sure
specific.
Lady Farina would be eager to see the
Like, yeah,
ending,
just sneak
and
into a
would agree in
performance.
order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical?
Yeah, it's like, that's too many
Pretty
steps.
hard
It's like,
to
we'd have to
pull off. We'd
come
have
up
to
with,
go
like,
learn
a,
how to
an act and
acting's really
rehearse, and that's too many steps.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
Ma'am, could you please come up with something that isn't illegal?
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleeping,
Or it's gonna get
I'll
us
do anything as long as I can
directly into
finally get
jail.
some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
See, even Paimon knows it's a bad idea.
Valid point. I overlooked that.
Yeah.
All right, no more joking around. Huh. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You
Okay,
did
line
defeat her
cutting.
in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Oh, I'm sure she does. We
And if we
really
catch
kicked
her
her
while she's
booty
on
in
a
that.
break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
It's worth a
Why
try.
don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was
Fanta?
this your drink?
Fanta?
Sorry
Fanta,
about
Fanta.
that.
No, you wanna.
Paimon wasn't really paying
Fanta.
attention,
No,
and the
you
cup
wanna.
was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done.
All right. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I have to agree, my drink also tasted that way
Is
too.
that so? Huh. Well, in that
It was
you'll
yuck.
have to blacklist the Fanta
I didn't
here,
get
then.
that fruity, refreshing
If we're all
taste from
finished
like
eating,
you would
then I'll go
expect from
pay.
a Fanta.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat.
It's like, but wait, Fanta's a German invention. What's it doing here in France?
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know.
That would be so normal. You know, like you.
It's like, Paimon, it's because you're not normal. We keep getting in trouble.
As for expenses this month,
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
That was a pretty pricey meal, all thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Nav.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority.
Well,
in
thank
any
you,
case,
m'lady.
I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Partner. Oh, she is so nice. She fights for the good fight. Yeah, so I'm like, where do I go now? Oh, back all the way over here. Get over there. Whee! Oh yeah, that's another thing too, is the fountain you put, like when you open up the chests and stuff, you get the sigils and then you put the sigils in the fountain. It's like tossing coins into the fountain for free stuff. That was pretty cool. So no tree this time, or no blooming onion, just a fountain.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler?
Yes, and it's clearer than it was during the day.
Oof.
It's like, we could hear the voice again. Didn't take our
Are you
meds.
sure we don't want to come
Help.
back in the morning?
Vache. Vache.
Vache.
Hey,
Vache.
still walking towards it. There might be something nasty in the water.
I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Yes.
Hey,
They got talking fountains of Fontaine, apparently.
stop walking. Come on, wake up.
Like, try not to drown in the fountain. Oh! It's an Oceanid! I was wondering when we'd run into one. Where's this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
So you know the name of your loved one, but you don't even know your own name. That's not
My
helpful.
memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
Well, that's sad.
How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
You lost your form.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Light blue water. Could that have been one? Could she have been one of the girls who were dissolved?
I also remember going to many places.
Yeah, it's like
I
if you get
love
dissolved into
adventure.
water and then you get thrown
Loved
into a fountain,
exploring
I
places
could
of
see
the
how
world.
you'd get lost after that. It'd be like tossing a body in a pile of bodies. You couldn't tell your arm from another arm.
No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
So you're not even gonna remember this conversation. Great, what a waste of time. Let's go.
The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
Fucking 51st dates bullshit.
If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it'll be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like he saw you die.
Is that what you call
Or
it?
dissolve.
Dissolving. If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Seems after the body is dissolved, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Ah, shit, it's Paimon. How much time has passed?
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Well, okay. I don't know if that'll accomplish anything. In fact, oh shit, what the fuck's happening? What did we miss? Hello? Hello? Can someone please explain what's going on, please? Why are we fighting?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Nah, bro is snoozing in the middle of a war. Yeah, right?
Chlorand?
Oh, good. She's on our side, I think. Maybe.
Quick, now's our chance!
There's the gun. Pew pew! Like, it'll be cool to see how she uses her gun in gameplay. Like, obviously she's an electro sword user, but it's like, will the gun be part of her skill? Or something like that? Like Child's? I think that would be cool. Like, just go full Bayonetta. Why the fuck not?
Your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I mean, she helped us.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety.
Mr.
And I will
Callus?
not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Dead.
Do not speak of my father.
Daddy? Where?
Sorry, Demoiselle.
Father?
I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the
She
conclusion
helped us.
that
I don't
I'd
know
be in
why we're
great
complaining
danger?
here.
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
Oh, really?
And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Cool,
I
rogue
can only
mechs, just what
conclude
we
that some
needed.
Powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will
Okay.
continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
Now tell me about your father.
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Goodbye, nice lady. Thank you for saving
Right.
us.
I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
What just happened? Who was that?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done. Those guards
Shut up, Paimon.
came out of nowhere while you were unconscious. And there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too. We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Shut up. I'm thanking the pretty lady for helping
now.
us.
Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me,
Paimon
anyway.
did nothing.
In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
Yeah.
It will
I knew.
take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Thank you for the explanation,
If it were
Paimon. Yeah, she
me,
literally
I
just
would
explained
join
everything
Miss
that happened in the last
Ursula
5 minutes.
on
That's why I'm like,
account
shut up,
of her
Paimon.
goodwill long ago.
All right, you two.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Pi.
Huh? Really?
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Oh, really?
How did
It's like,
that help?
who laced the
After we
drink?
parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Wait, do you mean that it was drugged?
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So it was drugged.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me,
Oh shit, she'd be dead. That was
Miss
poison!
Ursula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Because the thing about the water of the primordial sea is that it turns the residents of Fontaine into water. Because they're cursed for being sinners and all that jazz. But anyone that isn't a resident of Fontaine is immune, so nothing happens. It's like, fortunately, neither of us are from
I
Fontaine.
sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you
Like,
might be in
I
danger
knew there was
and
something
hurried
wrong
here
with
as
that
quickly as I
Fanta.
could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process.
Yeah, that was just a whole ass
Speaking of which,
assassination
Did
attempt.
anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
We got
Well,
high
it
and
was
almost drowned in the
coincidence
fountain.
that the
But don't
Traveler
worry, we're fine.
fainted Just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
At least until they
Doesn't
piss
sound
it
like
out.
Too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I've also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Valshir was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
Ouch, I am very hurt. Domo Yeet, what happened?
Vache.
You okay?
That name doesn't ring a bell.
Where'd you get the
I
boo-boo?
suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in
Oh,
court
Azdaha
Since he
beat your
saw that
ass.
young woman
Yeah, he's
dissolve,
pretty
He
tough.
was at least at the crime scene,
It's like early on, it's better to co-op fighting him.
but he never gave testimony.
It
or any
helps if you have a
information regarding
person with
people
a
dissolving
shield
in the
to
primordial
deflect a
seawater.
lot of his bullshit.
Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner. By we, you mean us too, right?
Oh,
I barely
you
won
mean
with
you'll help us
130 HP,
investigate?
barely level 80. Ah,
Well,
gotcha.
you did say that our farewell
Well,
meal
there you
didn't
go.
really
You won
count.
at least.
That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Messing with us will cost them. This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Another thing to note about Azdaha when you're fighting him for subsequent battles is that it will tell you when he changes his element, and when it warns you that he's changing his element, that's when you should run to the edges of the area, because that's when he becomes immune to damage and starts doing his AoE attack. And if you get hit by the AoE attack, you're in trouble. So it's like you're better off to just start running away.
You talk too much. Well, in
Only
that
one
case,
because I
let's
built
head
Noel
back to one
thought
of our
against
bases,
some
shall
crit
we?
for a burst.
I'll
That's
arrange
good. That's a good
accommodations for
build.
you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Like, y'all didn't check to see if her drink was poisoned. I don't know anymore. Where do we go now? Over here. Okay. Oh, yeah, he got hit by the AoE because he didn't make it in time. Ah, yeah. Hey, want to hear something crazy? Sure, by all means. There we go. Like, it's just faster this way.
It's right up ahead. But let's make sure we weren't followed.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our
There you are,
respected
Porkroll.
guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now,
Yeah, spam
let's
the
continue,
emotes.
traveler.
I am here. You come. Yeah. Welcome. Good thing I'm a boy and can't get pregnant since Lenny. Hello, said Lem. Like, yeah, good luck with that lemon juice. I wish you luck in your femboy endeavors. The Fontaine map looks like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. Does it now? I mean, look at it and zoom out. Yeah, it's like I'm zoomed out. I mean, I guess. Yeah, just post it on the Discord. Oh boy, we're in the sewers. My least favorite. Hi, kitty. Of course, there's a waypoint in the sewers. There's a certain angle? Okay.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your
Oh,
accommodations
Okay, I'm looking at the Discord. I see it now. That is funny. Thank you.
Well, our funds have been a little
Sheen was
tight
kind of
lately.
goaded. Yeah.
After all,
The
we
problem
don't allow
the problem
illegal or
is
unethical
they made a
profiteering. In
spin-off
fact,
show
our
with him as
funds
the
often come from
star.
citizenry who support us.
And that was a bit
Seems
much for
like it's
people.
tough times for everyone.
Azavita
The support
is
of the
very
people,
dangerous
that
woman.
does sound like it's worth
Good
it.
to know.
To be honest,
Is she dangerous
our
because she's so
financial
pretty?
situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Sula.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this
Yeah,
topic
she's
forever.
dangerous because she
And
activates the
as
man parts.
partners,
Yes, of
my
course.
father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years
Callus
ago,
the Unfaithful
he
in
was
the
accused of
streets.
murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Ah, one of those. Duel to the deaths.
But
Have
I
you
do
met
not believe my father
Folklores?
was a
Yeah,
murderer.
this is Act 2.
sure
Act
he
1
was
was
set
all about
At
the
the time, I
Hydra
believed that if he only
accusing
stood
someone of a
trial
crime
and was
they did not
duly
commit,
investigated,
and us
something amiss would crop up
defeating
and
her
prove
in a
his
trial
innocence.
Phoenix Wright
But
style.
strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as
Nice,
having
did you throw
lost the
hands? Of
duel,
course.
he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
It does seem quite odd. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's like,
I've also tried
father
to
died
investigate
'cause
the
of the
murder my father was
serial
implicated
case.
in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation
he tried to get
records.
some tricks, but he was told
However,
tricks are for kids.
I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
Where is the Lucky
If
Charms?
only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, we're quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle.
Like, I have a
please,
missing
is
sister, you
anything
have
I
a
can
dead
do,
father. We
anything
both
at
have family
I
problems.
also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle.
Both
Master Callus
blondes.
did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus
You
the
see the new web
Unfaithful.
event? It's pain
Even our
incarcerated.
supporters decreased greatly due to that incident.
No, not
hence
yet.
our strained finances at present.
Like, new web event.
If Callus was such a good man,
Like, what'd they do?
would people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that.
Oh, do you mean the one where you have to,
People
like,
love
get
watching the
recruit
evil turn
people?
over a new leaf.
Yeah, that
But
one.
they
That one I know
also
you're
enjoy
talking
watching
about.
good people fall
I'm just
into
like,
an abyss
skip
from
it.
one slip-up just
I don't know
as
anyone.
much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There
was
is
cruel.
one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Ah, well, that explains the dying and the hating.
Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed
The new
him?
event made me take illegal narcotics. You haven't even played it. Yeah, whatever you say, Lemon Juice. Listen, us free-to-plays have to try and get every single Primo gem we can. Yeah, I know. The order to move was a little strange between the two of
Yeah.
you.
That's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on
I've
from.
played it
Miss
though.
Corand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena...
I know right now with Fontaine, it's like if you
there
gather
was
shit and beat up
only
enemies, you
ever
get
one
free stuff, so that's
choice
cool.
She could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel.
Played
You
the
don't have to force
egg.
yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Corand told
Fontaine
us that at
quest
the
time is
start
literally
of the
8 hours of
duel,
non-stop talking.
Master
I did
Callus
notice that. That's
requested
why I was like,
she
yeah, I'm
ensure
gonna just
Mademoiselle Navia's
split up
safety.
between 2 days. Then that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and
Unfortunately, this is
rest.
probably the worst
This
main
was
quest
quite a
yet.
day
Oh
after all.
no. It's like the first... Act 1 was so good.
Eat.
Please.
List of
relax and
bitches
get
that
some
can get in
sleep.
the
We will ensure
in the
you
update.
rest soundly.
Karina, Navia, and Lynette. Yeah. It's just nothing talking. Ah, I see. Peaceful Nights passes the speed of the Rose's protection. But Lynette, yeah.
Paimon slept so well. This place
Talking
feels
in another
almost
court
too
case.
safe.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get through it. We'll figure it out.
Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to
Yeah, it's like in
Busan.
Act 1, it's like you were like around, you were on the
and where we have our
boat.
headquarters.
There was like all
There's
kinds
not
of
much
stuff
for them
going
to do
on.
here at the moment.
It's not even fun talking.
It's the
Nobody's
feeling
talking
that you're
shit.
just trying to
Yeah,
get
no one's like
Navia
throwing
back.
hands. The side quests actually seem pogger though. Okay, that's good at least.
When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
Opened a toilet and
No,
took a piss.
I
Opened
just
my mouth and
returned after
talking
going out
shit.
for a while.
Yeah, you would
I
know,
did some
lemon juice.
investigating yesterday regarding the name
I agree,
Vache.
it's just
Wait,
endless
so you
drivel.
didn't sleep at all?
How could I after
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an
They should hire me to
investigation from this
write the
angle.
quest. It's like
But
if you wrote the
it does
quest, it
prove
would all
that
just
this
end with the
Vache
with
person
you and the
is a key
femboys, wouldn't
witness
it?
in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late though?
There is one ray of hope, one place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted
It's
to.
like I have
And
self-control.
that is the
Sure you
archives
do.
kept by Chief Justice
As you're typing,
Neuvillette,
she's like, and
a place
then
where detailed files
me
on
and
all the
Venti
cases in
drank a
recent
lot
years
at the
are kept.
bar, and then
If the
we went to the
Oceana
bed
you met
together
is
and
one of the
fade to
young
black.
women who went missing
The end.
recently, we should be able to find some related
Yeah, and
information.
then they fuck the end.
So Neuvillette maintains an
Exploring
archive of
Fontaine on
these
land,
files?
at least, is a lot of fun though. Yeah, on land
That's
it's
the
fun.
hardworking Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go.
They
talk
really
to
gotta
him,
nerf the
shall we?
underwater though. The underwater is way too difficult.
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief.
The chest density in Fontaine is crazy. Yeah, I noticed. I mean, I've already gotten quite a bit so far just from wandering around. It's like I walk 2 steps and trip over a chest.
The palais is right up ahead.
There's chests in the
Come on.
most random ass wild places. Yeah. That sounds about right. It's like they pretty much put all the puzzles underwater. Now my man Aether, real G, pulled up, had his chains out so this bad bitch Rita done put it down on him. She was mad tripping. Started some shit. Yeah.
State your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Neverlet.
Don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related
My feeling
to.
for you to remain the
Our
same.
rules say
They've got great discipline, too.
Yep, Paimon can tell.
if you're
Yeah, we'll
here
see
just
how
to
she
crack
develops,
jokes, I
if
can
at all.
point you towards the exit.
Yeah, she's
Unlike
hate fuck
some,
material.
We're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days
Get
ago?
you some chains,
We were at the
Grabby. She
trial
got
of
a
the great
hood
magician
pitching
Lenny.
deep down inside
Oh,
of her.
yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
Now see the chief. I don't like hood bitches.
Please come in.
Rip. Official business. Yes. Hello.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only allowed you to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to
It's
you.
Nublet.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have
Judge
been an
Nublet.
eyewitness in a serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may
Why
be
did
able
everyone
to
stop
unearth
heckling
some key
Lube when Crab and I
information on the
pulled up?
case.
I don't know.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment
Like,
while I browse through the files.
I don't know where. Well, Cosmic was like, I'm gonna sleep instead because no Genshin for me. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk
Everyone else, I don't
to?
know. Maybe they sleep. Need the brush teeth. Yes, brush your teeth. That reminds me, I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow. It's in the morning.
Unfortunately,
Amazing how much
I'm
Genshin hate
quite
there is in the
certain that
community.
no one by the name of Vache
Teeth
has
versus
been involved
teeth.
in any case,
Yeah, rip
criminal
sleep.
or civil.
I know this is gonna be
in the
like
past
4
several
hours.
years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Guess that's that. Back to square one.
What if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Nivelet.
Ahem.
I keep saying his name so I can try and say it right.
Miss
I can't
Navia,
say
I can
none of his
understand
names.
how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Nivelet.
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Oh no, she throwing hams.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead.
You let my
In your
daddy
eyes,
die.
the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Oh no.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop
Why is she
him
crying?
from
Why is the
throwing
pretty
his
lady
life
crying?
away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him.
knows.
So many questions. He still owes me answers. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
You still got sparkles in your eyes though. It's so pretty.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You want to tickle Nicola?
and my
Yeah.
father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a
It's
word
like
to
no
anyone.
crying. Make you happy. Do a little tickle. Oh, haha.
It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, ma'am. Like, she'd be burning. It's like, you sure she Geo? Cause she just dished out some fire.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
The Hydro Dragon is
You're
sad.
Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it,
You made the
on
man
day my father
cry.
was convicted of murder. It was
at what
also
you've done.
raining.
Rain.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people could be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for
Like,
a
well, there
partner.
you go.
You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With
Poisson.
this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for...
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you...
Let's just go.
Great. Let's go then.
Let's get this done. Here's a go. Hello? Well, at least I'll get this waypoint. Whatever this is. Hello, adventure girl. Domo, how do you say your name? Protoreal? I'll go with Brodo. Or Prota. Protoreal? I don't know. But welcome. Yes, hello. How are you doing?
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's
Well, and you?
headquarters.
I'm good, thank you. Like
I
trying
thought
to
it was the one
solve
who asked for it to be
crimes
built
and
like
murders
this.
and stuff.
Perhaps our tastes in exterior
You know,
design
just
is
some
the
Ace
only
Attorney
thing we
things.
occasionally have in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious
No, I
past.
thank you. Okay.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself,
How's your
she's
game
been
going?
convinced.
It's going good. Like, we did Act 1 yesterday, and that was really
Poisson
good.
is where Spina di Rosula began.
Are you
after
winning?
all.
I think so.
It's our main base, our home.
It's like I have the things and the stuff with the characters. I think that's winning. Let's see, we gotta go over to that thing over there. The big boat. It's the butt. The butt from Finding Nemo. I see there's a ramp. What's your goal in the game currently? Get through the story. It's like I pretty much built all the characters I want to build for now, so it's really just waiting for any new characters to come out that I want to build, I guess. Explore. See all the new stuff in the areas.
Maloose, we're back.
Get treasure. I like treasure.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partner. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
So drugs.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy
I like the
who turned into
comments, something
water
about
also
Genshin
mentioned
Impact.
that the
All I
primordial
know is
water could be
this
used to
Zhang
produce
Li.
some kind
Yeah,
of
Zhang Li's
potion?
cool. I have him.
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
It's like, well, Genshin Impact is an open world RPG game
you
where
drink
you go
synth
run
for an
around
extended
and beat
amount of
stuff
time,
up and
you'll
gather
suffer
all the
many side
waifus and
effects,
husbandos you
such
like.
as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Any concern from me? I heard that he throws mountains at opponents. Is that true? Close. He drops a meteor on them.
As he oversaw this, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Though, yes, in lore, he is the Geo Archon. So, in his lore, he created a whole series of islands by dropping land mass in this particular area. So, yes.
Boss's
These comments
uncompromising
remind me of
attitude
a
incurred the
large
synth
language
vendor's wrath.
model.
But no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret.
Understand, what are
and
these
cultivate
Archons?
personal
Yeah, they're basically
relationships with
gods.
them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant.
Like, more or less, they're gods.
The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night,
It's like there was
my
a
father
whole
hosted a
war
banquet
when
at
it's
his
like pretty much
countryside
at this
estate.
point there's not a
He
whole lot
planned
of
to meet up
Archons
and
left.
exchange information with Jacques over some
There's like
food.
7 of them, 1 for each nation.
But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found
And each
my
one's
father,
very different.
still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
How did that happen? Aren't they on the same
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved?
Precisely. It's all thanks to you
Who
that I
Town
made
is the
the
Archon of
connection
Fire?
there.
No,
Back
she just
then,
uses
we all
fire
just
powers.
thought
Like,
they were
everyone
some
gets a vision,
costumes that Jacques
and the
used to
vision is
disguise
basically
himself at
their
the banquet.
elemental powers.
But, considering it now,
But it's like,
almost
just because
certain
you
that
have a
they
vision
belonged to
doesn't
a
make you an
third person
Archon.
at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument, but it's also possible the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it
So
all
with Hu
out.
Tao, it's like she's just a
finally headed
funeral
towards
parlor
the
owner.
truth.
She runs funerals and
Jacques
stuff,
was an empathetic
and
man
she just
who was
has
infinitely
a pyro
remorseful
vision,
for his
so
past
she has
actions.
fire powers.
It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new
Poisson.
time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path.
Cool, and this Paimon,
It would
what
be
is
both
she?
wise
Emergency
and in line
food.
with Boss's wishes to step back.
Other than that,
Give
we
up
don't
in
really
this
know.
case.
If that's indeed what he wished for,
It's like the main character
then
just
he
fished
should have
her up
told me that
and
himself.
she won't leave him alone.
was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callous the Unfaithful is still his epithet.
Yeah,
And
poor
Speedy
her.
Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death? And live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Thank you for the follow.
I've never
Domo.
accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly,
Yeah, it's like, we're very reliable.
Mademoiselle,
We
I
solved the
think
whole
you're
ass
also
case.
ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearance. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the
So what's going on in
revelation
your
that
game?
you,
Can you tell me the
Demoiselle,
context?
had been
Well,
selected
basically,
as the
right
next
now,
target to
we're in
disappear.
Fontaine, which
What?
is the Hydro region, and we're in Act 2. Act 1,
Boss also
we
didn't
met the
tell
Hydro
you that
Archon,
he
and she was all haughty and stuff, and
had
accused
been
people of
diagnosed
murder
with
and
a rare
everything, but
illness.
we busted
The
that.
doctors told
And now,
him
right
that he
now,
had
Navita's trying to figure out what the hell happened
no
to her
more than
dad.
5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Because right now
5
there's a
years was
huge thing
nowhere
about these
near
serial
enough time to
disappearances, which
resolve
seems to
this
be the main
long-standing
mystery going on
conflict.
right now.
But once
And
he
it's like,
passed away,
solving
all the
what happened to this
danger would
character's
pass
dad
on
might
to
help
you.
us figure that out.
Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the detail. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen
Thank
to
you for the follow.
then he
Domo,
and all
welcome.
those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're
"Yes,
not
I
understanding
protect
this
you."
correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely
Why
because
is she crying
he never
again?
thought I'd be able to understand him.
You cry
Is
so
that
much.
the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I
Bond
was
girl
never
looks
able
like
to
her real
make it to
tsundere.
where I am now?
No, she's actually really nice. She made us some macarons earlier. You gave it a choice to live how you
Yeah.
want.
I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things
Like,
up,
nah, it's like
if
the
I
Hydro
wanted,
Archon's the
I could've
real
just lived out
Josama.
my life without a care in the world. But thankfully,
By
he
appearance,
rarely
yeah,
talked
it's
to me
like,
about complex
when she
matters.
first stepped in, I thought she was
and
gonna
thus
have like a
understood
deep,
little of
husky
me as a
voice,
person.
but then it was like, no,
In this case, he
completely
really didn't
different.
need to
I was
give
like,
me
okay.
an easy way out. Maloose, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Yeah, let's just beat them up.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war.
Now let's go to war.
The worst case would be that
Just
we
blow the
leave
place up and
empty-handed,
get some
but
answers.
also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine Authority?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr.
Is the old guy
case.
strong? Like a
We
spirit's
have
old
no
man?
idea just
I don't
how
know.
thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
He seems competent at least.
That's true.
Considering he's basically her bodyguard.
Seems my father
Or
really had
assistant,
no
rather, I
choice.
guess.
But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with a disappearance
It's like this game goes by anime logic. The more detailed and pretty they look, the more important they
I am
are.
the butler, after all. I live but
So it's like,
to
that's how you
serve
can
the
tell
boss
the
and
old guy's just an
demoiselle's
NPC.
will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic
It's like he's an
investigations,
upgraded
and
NPC and that he has
waiting
speaking lines
for
and
the right
everything,
time
so
to
they give him
come.
a little bit of
Thank
detail
you
with the
for all
fancy
of
little
that,
hat,
Malus.
but that's about it.
Have you
His face
discovered
knows
anything
every
new in the
generic
past
old
few
man you
years?
see in the game.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula. When I announced orders to
What are the strongest
organization's
characters? Like, is
members
there
on
something above the
Demoiselle's
Archons?
behalf, they used to
Well,
deliberately keep a few people in the dark
we don't know that
and
lore-wise.
observe the reactions of the synth
But
vendors.
gameplay-wise,
If the
there is
vendors
like a
didn't
tier list for the
change their
different playable
plans, then the
characters, and
individuals informed of
there's
our
all kinds of
orders
characters
must
that
be
are really
innocent.
powerful.
If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior
Florent.
advisor.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Confrérie,
Uncle
Confrérie.
It's
What
a
is that?
guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty
I
of
think it
support.
means he likes chocolate.
It's a
Yeah.
bit difficult to imagine someone using their
Chocolate.
own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards.
Oh, doggy.
Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authority. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see.
Like, the last guy that was a
These are all people who I
authority turned
communicate
out to
with
be an
quite
asshole.
regularly. To
by
think
planting
that the
evidence.
enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
like, don't be
course.
suspicious. Don't be
And
suspicious.
thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Oh, that's
If
nice.
it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so much, Melus.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I
Let's
hope
go.
We can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, that's another thing, is that they give you the evidence to look at, but it's like, I get it. Is there a thing here? If there's a shiny thing on the map, that means there's, like, something here. There it is. That's what I thought. Your time has come. Destroy them with your strength. Yeah. And what's cool about some characters is that they have alternate costumes, like Ayaka here. Like, it feels appropriate considering her new outfit is based on this region. Because she's from Inazuma, so her clothes are normally, Asian-based. So it's cute. Yeah.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and
The Paimon,
enjoy your
yeah.
conversation at your
It's
leisure.
like, Paimon's a character
Thank
that
you
people
for
tend to love or
arranging everything
hate,
for us, Melissa.
mostly because she has more lines than everyone combined. And she
Excuse
tends
me,
to
miss.
explain everything.
Do you need anything from us?
Which is nice to it is nice that she sums up everything, but sometimes you're just like, Paimon, please. This happened like 5 minutes ago.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now,
I'm
Paimon.
sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what
Paimon is the
happened,
goat
I
mon.
didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
She's the goat
If it's
mon.
about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so...
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring
Domo
closure
Spencer,
to you.
welcome back. I'm doing
And
good.
to
How are
all of
you?
us.
Yes, Betty Kitty. Free cat pats for every follow.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the
yeah, we got a
matter
Discord,
regarding
too.
my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe
Always
that
had a
my
suit
father
on
could
your
ever
chest?
bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always
It's
knew
like,
that
yeah,
my
I wear a
husband's
suit.
money was earned through others' suffering.
Oh,
He
cat.
told me
Yeah, I'm like,
countless
suit.
times that if he could
Like,
turn
no,
back the
you
clock,
summon
he would
Kitty.
never go
And
into
pet
the
Kitty.
synth
I am
business
holding
again.
Kitty.
He had many
His name's
regrets,
Taffy.
and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even
Yeah, I'll check my
so,
posture too.
he was still
Ugh.
found out by the higher-ups.
I should
They
be good.
found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered him to take him out?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
An assassination?
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he...
But Mama, why
I do
is
love me
Papa
some
still the
self-defense.
bad guy? If he did the right thing, Papa always wanted to be a good man. So why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man.
Yeah, Papa was a really good man.
Then
But
you
he's
should
dead.
Hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons.
Like blackmail.
Regardless of whether he left you a parasol
Or threatening your life.
or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back
Poor
and
thing
accept.
about this orphan child. Yeah.
I'm very
Well, she still got her
grateful to hear
mom.
this from you.
So she's just fatherless. A
Even
bastard,
though
if you
your
will.
personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Aw. Like, was it self-defense?
Are you okay, Navia?
Like, that's pretty much what the last case was.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's
Like,
investigate the three
the victim in the
suspects
last
next.
case basically got it coming to him because he
The
tried to
rock should be
kidnap
nearby,
a girl,
and we should
but
be
it
able
turned
to
out the
find
girl
Thierry
wasn't
and
affected
Uncle
by the
Marcel.
disappearing water. And she basically pushed him into his own trap and he got
Boss.
killed.
How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right
I get
in
it.
front of us.
Does this character of yours
Yeah,
literally
I've
turn to a
heard.
puddle of water?
With something that
Um,
dramatic?
no,
I'm
basically
sure
the
journalists will
people
milk it
of
for
this,
all it's worth. And it'll be
of
all
this
the talk
land,
for
the
the next several
Fontanians,
weeks.
are
It
cursed to
also
turn into
reminded
water
me,
when they drink
on
the water
day
of the
that
primordial
incident happened
sea.
with my father, it was raining outside.
We don't turn into
and we
water,
found some clothes
but we
left
can
at the
swim in
scene.
water.
After my partner
One of the
here put
quirks of being in
dots
this
together
area
for
is
me,
that we don't run out
I
of
feel
stamina
like we
when
should try to
swimming,
reopen his case.
which allows us
Can
to
you do
travel
me a favor
underwater.
and
It's
try to
unique to this
recall what
region
happened
since
that
it's
night?
water-based. It's Waterworld.
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After
Wait,
that,
so has your character
he
become a
told
blue
us that
goo?
he wanted to
Nope.
go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much
But
of
other
it.
characters, it's
Who
like,
knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right
it's like
after?
we're not a Fontanian, so
My
we don't
first
turn into
reaction
goo.
was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my
It's like we
holster
did drink
and
the
made a
water
mad
earlier though
dash
and started
toward the scene.
hallucinating and shit.
But when
It's
I
like it's got some
there,
weird side
it
effects.
was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots.
Yeah, and you can breathe
then.
underwater. Yeah, this area is
Indeed.
pretty unique like that.
The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to... But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective.
Yeah, super
my
sus.
father
Real
had
life
no reason to
gameplay.
kill.
Yeah.
So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was
There's a
holding
sussus among
probably
us.
belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of... He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eye?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So
It's like,
I
oh
think
no,
I can
he's
understand
water
why he
now.
committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And
Hey,
if
boss.
I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead to, no matter what others might say. He'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Cool
Don't
story,
worry.
bro.
I will definitely
Like-
find the truth.
Way to
You
try and
and
get
all
yourself
our
off
other
that
comrades at the
suspect
Spina
list.
Deserve to know the truth as well.
It's like a nice new update is that you can see layers on the maps now. You couldn't do that before. It's like, oh, you're underground? Well, too bad. You're not gonna see
Hey,
where you could go.
Thierry, it's me.
Oh,
I was like, now you can
What
see.
brings you here, Miss
Yay.
Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that?
It's like,
Under normal circumstances, shouldn't
it's like,
you
are
have
you
been
sure
called
there
back
isn't
to the
any
city
truth
already?
to you doing something wrong?
I mean,
Are you sus?
where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my... It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You,
Like,
here for some formal
You can kind of
business?
tell this guy's a little bit of an
Yes.
asshole.
These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's.
They also
may be
added animations
related.
to the parse up screen.
We're
I
trying
did
to
see that. It's so
reinvestigate
cool.
The details of my father's
Well,
old
Adventure
case.
Girl, you have to go to sleep now. Here in Brazil, it's
I
quite
get
late.
it. You think there might
All right,
be
well, thank
more
you
to
so
the
much for
case now that
coming.
we know people can be
I will have
dissolved in
fun
the water,
with
right?
the sussy,
I was
sussy,
also
silly Baka
flabbergasted when I
imposter.
first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Before I go, I must praise your laugh. Very contagious. Thank you. I was
Even
like,
you think
that
too
seems to be
highly
one
of
of my
my
defining
abilities.
traits.
Dispatching mecha is
Well,
very
thank you.
different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy,
Rest well.
when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry
Eh.
your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the center...
Drug money, got it.
Then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
It's
for
like,
the vote of
you're
confidence,
innocent
Nadia.
because this would be too
Jokes
much work
aside,
for you.
I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be
Yeah,
staying in
the
the city
synth
for a
stuff
little while, so
That gets
just come
people
find me if you
high
need any
off
support
water or
from the
something.
guards.
It's like the only person that could buy those mechs is someone rich. Like someone who's a drug lord? Mayhaps. Proto-Riz. Hey, I appreciate people coming and going. There's a lot of new weapons, 12 total and stuff. That's a lot of weapons. But we do have a whole new domain and everything to farm all that stuff, so it's all good. I did unlock the
How may I
domains
help you?
for the
I'm here to see Marcel.
for the
Could
things
you
like
please
the
let him know?
artifacts
You
and
can just say
the
Navia's looking
ascensions.
for him.
So I'm good
Sure.
there.
I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no
It's
need
like
to
most
stress.
likely Furina's gonna
I
be
just
a
wanted to
must
talk to you
get because the
briefly about what
Archons are all
happened in the Opera
usually
House.
OP.
I'm sure you saw
Other than
everything
that,
too, right?
Yes.
New Violette really
I've
has
never
caught
seen
my
anything
eye.
So strange.
I don't know if he'll be any good though, but he's caught my eye
You
at
were at
least.
the Opera House too?
That's right.
I
went
know
there
we're
with
finally
Navia
getting
to
a
see the
cryo
magic
catalyst,
show.
which will be nice.
Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want want to become the talk of Drunker.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Like, what do you think we're investigating?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Yeah, we drank her shitty Fanta by accident.
Too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Yay, justice.
Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike
I think it's going to be difficult because Hydro's already had some of the best in the game. I know, Hydro is pretty powerful. It got a huge boost with Dendro.
Sorry.
And it's like, I have so many Hydro characters.
So it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
I'm like, yes, I know I could roll Yelan because she's really good, but I already have Xingqiu.
Things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink.
And I know having both is really good, but they do also fulfill the same purpose.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's.
And I did try rolling her at least once the last time she came around, and I lost the 50-50. So I was like, all right, I'm good.
This can work.
Like when there's so many characters, it helps to be picky. Time for me to shit myself to death and pass out. Alright, well, have fun shitting lemon juice. Rest well. I know, I can tell there's a waypoint somewhere.
We've talked
I'll get to it
all
eventually.
three suspects, purely based on their conversations with...
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect. They weren't, like, overtly
I suppose
evil or
that's to be
anything.
expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
The motive?
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance.
According to Jacques' family members,
Hydra is already
told them
powerful
that
with
he had been
Pyro, and now he's
discovered,
strong with Dendro.
and that
Exactly.
He had no choice before he left home that
It's
day.
like Bloom is very powerful.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father.
Especially with Aggravate, it's
Had he
like,
refused,
forget it.
He and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh, Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he have guaranteed his safety after killing Callus?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel?
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they
I
worked
mean,
together
he's
on a large
got
number of
money.
projects. Maybe
If
that's
he
how
had
got
drug
to know
money,
Jacques.
he could do it.
And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
Don't trust your uncle.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own
Like, just because
synth
they're related to you
business?
doesn't mean they can be trusted. Or maybe with someone else. I don't know. Lawrence?
Laurent? It is true that he was closest to
Laurent?
my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when.
So you're saying he's too broke?
Exactly. He can't.
He's too broke. He got
And
no money.
Even if he could, I don't think he would be.
Like, she's literally just gonna say why
Pierre,
none
per
of these people could be, and it's gonna be somebody else.
It is possible that he's figured out a way to. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to.
Yeah. Had he actually tipped if the mecha were taken?
Who could
Yeah,
it
I don't
be?
fucking know, lady. My grandmother hated me and tried to give me food poisoning. I'm sorry to hear that. It's like, my uncle tricked my dad out of his inheritance. That's why I'm like, don't trust your relatives. Like, we don't have evidence.
If you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The production
Yes.
base.
Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options, right? We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yes, hello?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Oh no.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Child!
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little
Yeah, that's
too
kind of
well.
the problem.
He's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
That was literally the problem with the last case, though, was that they were trying to frame Fatui for the disappearances, and now they're framing one of the harbingers of the Fatui, so that should automatically be suspicious.
None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the
Like,
news right
the math
away.
does not add up,
If
people.
the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Like, it's just playing into the villain's
Because
palm
they'll
of the
think they've already
hands.
found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do?
It's like, let's split up.
Split up?
Let's split up, gang.
What do you mean?
You could go to the Airlines and I'll go investigate the place. I'll confident in my abilities.
Just as
I can
expected
punch
of
things.
my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you. just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
Leave Poisson.
It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
We're the emotional support bodyguards.
Thank you so much. Let's make haste for Arrhenius. Paimon, see you then.
Yep, let's go. No need for formalities. Let's just go. We gotta save the tortellinis. Oh, hi.
The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Like, before I save the tortellinis, let's save the baby. Hello, baby. Hello? Hello? Okay, that makes it easy. And then I guess install the core. Oh, but they're locked. How do I unlock them? Oh, wait! They're only there temporarily. I see now. Well, he's gonna go back. Get over there. Are we good? No? I was once offered a really high-paying job in China as a bodyguard. Really? How'd that go? Oh, Doma Etymology! Thank you so much for the sub, gift sub. Arigato. Am I missing something? They're both lit up, right? Okay, there we go. That was very specific timing. Okay, there we go.
We could do with some more fortune.
I'll solve that big shiny chest later. I can't get distracted right now. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. And this is like a 4-hour storyline.
Huh. According to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's
Now
go
you,
and try to find the entrance.
like now you can see the underwater. Under the sea. Under the sea. I refused at the time, but I kind of regret it. Yeah, it's okay. It happens. Like, we've all made choices.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base.
Yeah, let's go.
Your
Let's go
map
beat
is
things up.
probably art-
Come on, Paimon, stop talking. Let's go. Like, meanwhile, at the
It would
Opera
appear
House...
that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of.
It's like, I literally
However,
just came in here and I'm
I did hear
accused
that
of
people
murder.
who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist, Chlorine.
Child, look, I understand your bloodlust is
I've
strong,
gotta
but
admit,
please.
That's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
It was for 200k equivalent side wage and
When I
10k
privately
street for
sparred
training with
her
the other
last time,
bodyguards. Oh,
she was
wow.
obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Yeah, but I'm
Hey,
sure it would have been.
don't
It's
you
like, at that price, it
understand?
probably would have been very dangerous.
You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too?
He's like, fight me,
I'm the kind
1v1.
of student that learns best in the
I'll
heat of
fight all
battle.
of you.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me
Yeah,
explain
child's
everything
fucking
from the
crazy.
very beginning again. The goal of
I'm
this
pretty sure he
trial
could
is
get
to
away with an
determine the
insanity
culprit
plea.
behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going? Why is she interjecting?
I told you it couldn't be one of the.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior
Like,
last
objection,
time
Your Honor.
because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjection.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had
His
any
body,
respect for
they
this
had full
place's
tactical
pointless
gear.
theatrics?
Oh, wow.
We can
Still,
put the
that probably
discussion
means it was
aside for now.
very serious
I'm not
business.
here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the
But I
serial
mean, if it was worth,
disappearances case.
if
If my charge
it's like,
is proved
if we
true,
were able
then
to
Tartaglia
get through
here
it
will be proven
and
innocent
survive,
by default.
hey, yeah,
Correct?
would have been good.
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't
Like,
mean
take
the
a seat,
suspicions
sir.
against you have
But I
been
want to fight.
lifted.
He wants to fight. He
Now
craves the
then, Miss Navia,
violence.
Who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Charge your fucking uncle. Is your
Marcel,
uncle
the head of
Marcel?
confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Ma'am, stop reading
Please let me
fanfiction.
remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation.
Wait,
Knowing
what?
this, do you still wish to charge this
Like-
man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be
It's
valid.
like, but
Miss
Irina didn't
Navia
get in
and
trouble.
attorneys, Please take your places on the
Unless she
court.
got grounded or spanked.
Members of the guards, please contact
'Cause she's a
Mr.
brat.
Marcel right away so that he may...
Yeah, shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands. Apparently he was
Mr.
one of the
Marcel,
richest men in all of
you will
China.
not require an
Ah,
attorney.
that
Is that
would
correct?
explain it.
Apologies.
Yeah,
It
so
all just happened
it's like
so quickly. I still haven't
you don't
figured
make
out
it's
what's
like
going on.
you know it's like you don't
I
get
think an
rich by
attorney
making a
won't be
lot of
necessary.
friends.
This
And
is
even
probably
if
just a
you do,
misunderstanding between
you're
me
still gonna
and
get
Navia.
enemies anyway.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived,
Just
Miss
purely
Navia,
out of jealousy,
please present
spite,
your
and greed.
charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
Yes.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
And by struggling, she means she totally
Exactly correct, Your
forgot.
Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Maison Gardini.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests
Two
arrived
gunshots.
at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have
That's the
taken
question. Why were there
Jacques'
2
life.
gunshots?
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarande in the ensuing duel.
Nice. See, that's a picture of her
Soon
dad there.
succumbed
It's like,
to
he
the
looks
injuries.
cool. He's got an eye patch.
These are the known facts.
The one with the
Can I get
motive was Jacques, not my
a
father.
not guilty?
And even so, Jacques. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first. and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea. The
Yeah, it
testimony
was-
of the victim's family
like, it might have been
confirms that Jacques
self-defense.
had thoughts of assassinating. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility.
Like, there you go.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him in.
So self-defense.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder.
That's crazy. Like, so much assassinations.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Yeah.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Give us the
I think
rebuts.
I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things.
Yes, ma'am.
One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
That's unfortunately a very good question.
I'm afraid not.
If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
Shut up,
I
ma'am.
may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
I mean, that would be a good
Makes sense
idea.
to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Like, maybe she's trying not to be a bitch today?
Herself again?
Yeah.
Alternatively,
They can't
she's
embarrass
become
herself
more
twice in a
diligent
row.
After charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you describe, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice.
Yeah, he probably
What
would have
was
sounded
certain,
crazy.
however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter, and determined that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist.
There
But
she
by
goes,
staying
spitting fire
silent,
again.
We retain the ability
Like,
to
y'all
deter our
stinky.
opponents and
Bad
continue the
justice.
stalemate.
Not
I
good
was able
justice
to
at
become
all.
Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Restore his honor!
You mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course, all you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Clarand.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was
Domo
intending
Brutes,
to
welcome.
die?
Yes, Ligma. Thank you for the sub.
Yes.
Thanks for the
I
5
did.
months, arigato!
As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the
Rare
faintest
parrot.
hope to
Yeah.
continue living. Some were determined,
Ligma
others
rare
passionate,
parrot.
and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Well, you know,
Right?
kidnappings.
What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances
Like,
case?
we're getting there.
Of
We're
course, Your
giving
Honor.
the context.
The two cases are connected.
Y'all
via
have
a
never
matter
played
of
an Ace
timing.
Attorney game. We have to go around in circles like 3 times
In my
before we get to the
father's
point.
case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after
It's like,
hearing
now
your
we're getting
reasoning,
to
I
the
still
point.
can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to...
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
I mean, they could, but
I don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Oh dear.
If I were to dismiss this completely,
He's playing the sympathy
you'd
card.
also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
No lessons!
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyway.
It's timing. I'm a businessman by trade. From that
Timing!
standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain.
I'm just regret.
In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade.
Like, I'm just
My business
reminded of
only
a
thrived when I received
old
Callus's
recurring joke of
patronage.
the Salted Critic when he would have
But
Casper
the
the Ghost just pop and
disappearances
be like,
began before
timing!
I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like
Like,
to
yeah,
say?
of course he would know how to
Would
cover
you
his
like
ass.
to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearance? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Marcel, stop being convincing!
At this rate,
Nagi will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations, right? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
Marcel, please.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others'
She's
feelings
trying her
and to
best.
stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me. And it never has. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken from them, the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice.
Not
Many
the justice.
people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Vacher!
Oh, so you do
Vacher.
know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Then why'd you have a reaction?
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while early at the entrance of the production base. Cool, we're gonna do a drug bust. Finally. No map, though. This party should be fine, maybe. Or I could just switch to my Unga Bunga team. Nah. I'll just stick with what I have. This is fine. That's a spider
Time for
butt.
takeoff. Let's play. Let me scry. Fate is upon you. Whirling snow. Yeah.
Hello? What's this?
Whoa.
Oh, it's
Floor
spin.
is going up.
Oh, it's an elevator thing.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
It's an elevator, Paimon. Stop it.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
Just shoot an arrow at
Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Thanks for spelling it out, Paimon. I never would have guessed. Yes, I need to borrow you. Smash! Oh look! A mechanism! Very well hidden! All I had to do was just smash a little. And now everything's underwater, but we can use that to swim up to the top? Wait, that's not high enough, is it?
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
I'm on.
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Paimon, I literally had the thought process that you had. Please. Can you let me think? Hello there.
Shake and stir.
Yahoo! Delve into destiny. Sakura swirl. Take flight. Let me scry. My apologies.
Alright. Oh, well.
Think you
Phase
can get
two.
away?
Think you can bully me?
go. All good. Open the door. And just keep swimming over. There we go. Let me get keep this. Treasure. Open this door. And then there's things on the other side. Whee! Hello there. Time to die.
Written in the stars. Delve into destiny.
Brace yourself.
Embrace the ice. Take flight.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo!
Shadows of fate. Whirling snow.
Like taking no risks. Just let it all out. Like, this is quite intricate for a drug factory. Hello? I am here for drugs.
After all that,
So I may explode them? Because drugs are bad?
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence.
Yeah, let's go find the evidence. Yes, yes. Evidence. Evanescence.
What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
There's a name, too.
Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
They probably belong to the victims.
You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here, and then they were turned into water.
And then the water was turned into drugs? Soylent Green is people? Oh my god!
That means...
Like, congratulations, y'all were drinking people the entire time.
There's so much scent
No!
here, and so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
There are so many.
Mixing in progress, ready to drink, stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Well, it definitely proves that this is where they make it. Paimon, please.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research.
It's like, we have a
conclusions
camera, just
on
take
the
pictures.
primordial sea, and use his theory as a foundation to achieve
You take some
a
pictures,
breakthrough.
and then you bring them to court, and everyone will know what happened.
No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Yeah, they're fucking dead. Calm down, Paimon, they're dead.
Traveler, Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called... I can't read that. The woman that was dissolved.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here. Vashia!
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he is the researcher.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yes, he signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The first I heard from the fountain was probably the lady.
Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more of this than meets the eye.
In any case...
Like, yeah, yeah.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing is... Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to him and Jacques' case.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Probably. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia.
Hot dog.
Seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the hierarchies.
How convenient that they have all this overwhelming evidence here. They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so
Probably gonna turn out that Marcel is Vachier. Either that or the person that dissolved was Vachier. One or the other.
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Must be the water from the primordial sea.
That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
It's like, yes, please, take notes. Write that down.
We've looked at almost
This is very important
everything
evidence.
here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But...
Who really is this Vachier?
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy.
Let us investigate. Anything over here?
You take that side, and Paimon will take this side.
We must find out the truth of this Vachier.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Paimon, please, priorities. I found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
What did I find? A book? A journal?
Yeah. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Apparently.
Then you found her diary. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. She breakers?
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with the final name she decided on was Marcel?
Marcel!
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Venier's grown son?
I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. We gotta go. After obtaining the final piece of key evidence, you race back to the opera.
And whose image do you see? Is it a man named Vacher? Oh.
I've merely
They said this already.
What?
There we go. Here we are.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick
We have
of time.
very important
Just
evidence.
how often
Like,
do you intend to flout
very,
the rules
very
of this
important
court?
evidence.
It's all right, Monsieur
Very
Neuvillette.
important.
Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Oh, we did. You say you've never heard of Vacher. However,
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
aha! I knew it.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you.
Yes, very naughty man.
You never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of it?
Nani?
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes?
I guess that would be traumatizing, but you're still evil.
Helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison
You
Communale
literally
were laughing at me.
kidnapped women, experimented on them, and then sold them as drugs. No excuses, sir. Go directly to jail. Do not collect $200.
There's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together.
I mean, she's in the fountain. Go into the fountain.
But I'm not from this
Go drown.
place, so I can't be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
Yeah.
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't.
So he's not
follow.
really from
So if
Fontaine.
I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed callus still got the better of me. I spent my
This dude's
entire
about to
life
have a Phoenix
living
Wright
on
breakdown.
pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
Don't touch me. Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Venier. I promise.
Venier.
We made a promise. Venier, please, Venier. Don't think badly of me.
Dude,
All
she
I
doesn't
have to do
want
is
this.
fulfill our
We
promise.
literally talked to her in our weird
At this
hallucinating
point, the verdict
dream.
of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearance.
He proceeds to review and compile all the evidence
The
and
man now
records.
known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier.
Yes.
During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher
Dramatic
learned of the
recreation.
primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene.
Yes.
And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Yep, close the case. We're done here. We did it. We solved it.
Police will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Yeah, shove in that little ticket.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal,
That's
Mr.
a lot of
Vacher
words.
is guilty.
Cool. Are we gonna watch his execution?
Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We have Navia bring the bad guy to... He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Navia.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, you stopped this guy from selling bad water to people.
You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
It's like, no more bad water. No more gross Fanta. Only good Fanta.
It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me.
No
at the
wonder though.
helm.
Why is it that the
Well, now, hasn't
the
this
water of
been a
this
most delicious piece
primordial
of drama?
sea makes
The
you
villain has been
euphoric?
caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Okay, bye,
Please
child.
wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Wait, what? Why are you holding him up?
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
He's not guilty.
Oh,
Let
come
him go
on.
home.
Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time
like,
for side
we're-
characters
it's
like
done.
me to exit stage
Let
left?
him go home.
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearance. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges.
Right.
We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, to render the final verdict on the charges.
Yes, so he should get a not guilty, right?
According to the judgment of
Right?
the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale,
Right?
Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
What?
Nani the fuck?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
Like,
What's
what's
with this
happening?
verdict? Is your justice machine malfunction?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a
The
different
Oratrice
verdict
needs
from the
to be
Chief Justice.
fixed. It's broken.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
This is a problem. No.
Weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Just what's going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Bruh!
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Bruh! Alright. Yeah. Go ape shit.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
It's like, have at it. Oh, he's going full. He's going all out. Yep. Oh. Dude be like, not today. Like, no turning into a boss
sorry.
right now.
If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Ooh, he got a little scratch. Ow.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also
Yeah,
the
it's
first
like-
time I've encountered such a
This
situation.
is all bananas.
However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's
So
judgment
bananas.
is the final verdict of the court.
It's a whole bunch of
All I
bananas.
do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Even the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Oh boy, shaking the faith of the people. That's bad.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell
There's
me
definitely a problem.
You thought even I had been blindsided
It's like, yes,
by the
exactly,
Oratrice's
Keith.
results.
Yes.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation.
An explanation, huh?
Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
Ma'am, please.
And, of course, for every performance,
This is
there
why you're on
is
the
a
hate fuck
script.
list.
Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of
I believe the
justice,
term is
the
kangaroo
Oratrice
court.
shall
Yes.
never
She's on the
render
what
an
list?
arbitrary judgment.
You heard me. She's on the hate
If you
fuck
thought
list.
Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case. It is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
Yes, he is a war criminal, but not a criminal in this very particular situation.
You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the...
I understand this is like trying to arrest Stalin for pickpocketing. But please!
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised.
Stalin for pickpocketing is brilliant. I know, right? That's what I mean. It's like, yeah.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff.
It's like,
so
Child has committed a lot of crimes.
Someday, right?
Countless crimes, but not this very specific crime. They got Capone for taxes. Yeah, exactly. Though in that case, I think he was guilty. Before we get any deeper into that, I really have to pee. So I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, hi, kitty. She never pees on stream. We gamers are truly impressed. Well, too bad. Hold on, let me... Kitty. What do you want, kitty? You have, like, the worst timing ever. Hold on, let me get you your fishy. Is it gonna work? I charged up your fishy. Please work, fishy. Here we go. Come on. Oh no, his toy fishy's not working. I charged it. Oh no. Oh well. Just beat it up as it is. It's like, why do his toys always break? Anyway, back to whatever's going on here. Oh, he licked my leg. McDuffie, why you lick my leg? I went to the bathroom too and you got back before me. That's alright. You missed nothing. It's like I was trying to entertain Kitty for a second and it didn't work. So you're back just in time.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
He's getting away!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Yes, sir?
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
Please add
No,
more
no,
charges.
Wait. I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Ask questions.
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
Well, you see,
No records of that name. So...
It's a funny story.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the fountain, something to do with my sensitivity to the element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never...
Yeah, she's in the fountain.
Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the
Trying to
fountain
occupy
to
mine
see
is
her
no
one last
crime.
time.
Yeah,
This is the
that's a
last
victimless
request I'll ever
crime.
make in my life.
Ugh.
You can do whatever you want to me afterwards.
She's emergency food,
I
it's
don't
fine.
care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Yes, this is how religion happens.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands.
Thank you.
And mistakes. Look at all this exposition.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Well, back then I drank the water from the primordial sea and heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even
You can't turn into water, so you're fine. Just get high.
Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache.
Ooh.
Yes, that's it. So you heard it...
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache.
Vache?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey!
No, let him go. Let him drown in the fountain.
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache. Vinier.
It's like, please drown in the fountain. It'll be hilarious.
Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years.
It's
I've
been
suffered
20
for
years.
over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance
Like,
to tell
yeah,
you
it turns
all
out
my
you didn't need to
feelings
murder
like
all those
this?
women and make drugs.
Vinier, you are my everything.
You just had to get high yourself.
I don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Wow. I mean, she's right, but wow.
What are you
That
saying?
is so that was blunt.
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one
We all
day.
make mistakes. Who has to kill a bunch of women trying to bring their love back? Yeah, right. So he's the Walter White of this world? Kinda, yeah. But instead of cancer, it's dead water lady.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
Funny how she remembers all of this and not her own fucking name.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
Tear into his ass.
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am the sacrifices.
Ooh.
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Oh.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
Damn.
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
I don't blame her for not wanting anything to do with this dude.
You are a liar. A heartless murderer.
We have to cook Paimon.
Narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Wow. Looks like I didn't meet Vignier back then either. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from the very beginning.
No. Yeah. She can't hate me. Let me see her.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
It's like, please keep tearing into his ass. This is fantastic.
Vache! Drown.
Ooh. This is great. It's like, where's the popcorn? Later, guards find the culprit. That went too fast. He appeared to have lost his soul. Okay. Several days later. I'm like, yeah, it's like he's not physically dead, just mentally and emotionally. Like, the ghosts of his victims just straight up slaughtered him. That was great. I love that.
Time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though. My legs are killing me.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood.
And it's like, oh yeah, we just watched this guy be tormented by the ghost of his past, and now we're just gonna go shopping afterwards.
Even this weather can't put a damper on
Looking
the
great.
demoiselles' mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner
bacon?
like me?
I heard bacon. I like bacon. I love bacon.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come.
Harsh.
This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
Yay!
It's been
Clearing the
dearest
innocent.
wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turned out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorials. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yes,
Yeah.
Paimon,
Way back when I
please
first became the
explain
president of the Spina
everything.
di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
You are
To be
quite
fair,
the
though,
rose, madame.
It was a really flattering feature.
Demoiselle.
So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Thanks.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clorand out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clorand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile.
Oh, that's...
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from... Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened.
I think I know where the
as
grave
well as
is.
how
I
it
did
all
run into a
ended.
graveyard at one
And
point.
on top of that, just how much people still look up to him.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come?
You too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing.
Like, we never met the
I'd like
guy,
you two
but
to
I'm
share
sure
the
he was a
moment
pretty
with me.
cool dude.
After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right.
It's been raining, probably because the judge won't stop crying. He's like, where?
This is where my father's grave is.
The justice system is wrong.
To be
Where?
perfectly honest,
I keep crying.
even I haven't been back here for...
Huh? There's someone there already.
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
It's like, sir, are you crying? No, it's just raining. Isn't that the same thing?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In
Yeah.
any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Like, you need to understand human emotions, because you're not
Ever
human at
since that
all.
day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is
Like,
justice?
look at this
anyway?
beautiful man.
There was once a time when
Could a
I
man
didn't
this
wanna
beautiful
believe that there
truly
could
be human?
Anything more important to humans than life itself? Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives.
Yeah, he's totally the Hydro
Which is
Dragon. You
also
can't
why
talk
I
me
didn't
out of it.
stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained
And the little
unsolved
tufts of
to this
hair are
day.
probably his horns.
Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself.
Where?
So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner.
Where?
This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
And that's why it's raining, right? Because you've been crying, sir.
One from many important things.
Someone get this man a tissue.
Sina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver.
He's secretly
guys.
baby girl.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well.
Yay,
Let's not
peace.
disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
You also pay your respects to Callus. See, and right after they reconcile, it stops raining. Coincidence? I think not.
Someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're usually not supposed to fly.
Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know it's. Oh no. Paimon hopes.
Like, Paimon, shut up. It was a joke.
Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go talk to him. Let's go talk to the crying man. He's not crying anymore.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Yes.
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
Yeah, it's like,
I see.
we're here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel
If
free.
that's okay.
Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Alright, well, we got a series of questions, don't we? About the water from the primordial sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea. But what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
Ancient water.
Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
It's got electrolytes.
So it really
It's what plants
was where
crave.
everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in...
Indeed. Why would
Yeah,
the
that's the million-dollar
primordial sea,
question here.
which was known to engender
Like-
and nurture life, suddenly
like,
reverse
why is
itself
it
and devour
consuming
life
them?
instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else?
How about the prophecy?
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Yes.
That's right. It was Linny that told us back then.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first
Former
time we've
Hydro
ever heard
Archon.
of it.
This is information that may be
Two
important
parts
later.
of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs.
You know, like...
Speaking of the prophecy,
more water.
Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
No.
Is there anything else you'd like?
Like, yeah, that's probably going to be a problem later.
My apologies.
The Wild Child.
My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated in. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness.
Oh, great!
Which is
So
all to
probably
say, I've
since
been
Child
prepared
Bad
for a
Vibes was like,
situation
fuck
this
you.
For a long time.
Huh. So when Linny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's chorus...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama.
You can say that
To
again.
the bottom of this. For now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the... If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent of...
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
He'll be like, fight me,
Is there anything else you'd like to...
My sibling.
Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but
Like
I've
blonde,
never seen
wears
anyone
white
who matches
clothes,
that
flowers, hair.
If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese. Is there anything...
I think that's everything.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind, and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so
It's like,
justice must
please,
work
have
around
the day
clock
off.
as well.
Liz,
This is
you
merely
have
the
depression.
nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Paimon, it stopped raining like 10 minutes ago. Please. Alright, well, there we go. That is that. Cool. Let's look here at all my things and stuff. Look at all my things. Yeah, and I see there's all kinds of side quests and stuff. I have 40 resin. Let me go beat up the thing now. I don't know what team would be good for it, so I'm just gonna rely on ye old, reliable Unga Bunga. Go so reliable Unga Bunga. Hello? Ow. Alright.
Stabilize. Fall in. Press the advance. This. It's showtime. Let's roll.
This one's a little stubborn.
Order guide you.
Not that it's gonna last for long.
Charge. Burst forward. Bam! Oh, coming through.
See, that was easy. I didn't break its shield though. I think that's a thing. I killed it, so there's that. I probably have to break its shield with water or something. Whatever. Yeah, get that, and then get that. Yeah, destroy the molten horns. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. I think I have to do the Steam Bird thing to unlock the quest that lets you do the commission things. So let me go do that really quick. Because doing commissions is pretty important. And the sooner I unlock that, the better. We expect spectacular weather today, no? Yes, truly. If only weather was this cooperative every workday, I would be quite merry indeed. Speaking of work, dear, you interviewed the troubleshooter position advertised in our Tales of Humanity section, are you not? I guess. Excellent. You didn't ask any questions about the title troubleshooter, and thus it could be surmised that Edith's word choice, while eccentric, is simple and easy to understand. When aside for the moment, would you like to know how I was able to correctly ascertain you were here for the job and not seek to ask for help for our Tales of Humanity section? Observation. Every citizen who comes to Seabird seeking help appears anxious and jittery, but your steps are relaxed, your expression calm. Oh, those who are fortunate are all the same. Those who fall victim to misfortune all have their own woes. But you need worry, those who seek assistance from others via Tales of Humanity have run into any serious trouble, so it should be hard to handle. Have a look at these batch of missions. There we go. Yes, I gotta raise my reputation by doing quests and exploring and stuff. Quite a bit to do. All I need to do is find some time every week to read through the submissions to Tales of Humanity, pick out a few commissions you'd like to handle, and come find me to collect your payment. Some commissions are so dropped that simply you wouldn't believe it, but you should underestimate the value of your work. I guess. For us, the problems in their submissions may appear to be easy and insignificant, but for the reader submitting their problems, like a splinter under their fingernails impossible to remove or ignore. We can help them extract those splinters. Then in addition to monetary rewards, you'll also receive the respect and gratitude of the people, and your reputation among the citizenry will increase over time. Yes, I know how it works. When that happens, I will give you more complicated, more important jobs. Hee hee. Help everyone to achieve happiness and be a lighthouse illuminating humanity, such as the calling of our paper, such as the feelings and aspirations of every publisher. No need for an interview? Interview? Your interview was completed before you even arrived. Don't be surprised. I have my ways. If I couldn't even manage that, how can I manage a newspaper? Alright, I told you everything you need to know about the job. As for whether or not you want to take it, it's up to you. Take it over. Okay, bam. Oh my god. That was words. Get all this stuff. And, I guess I could go say hi to Catherine. That should be quick and simple. Hello? Ask her. Welcome to the Adventure Guild. There's something I can help you with. Catherine, this one must be a puppet too. Probably. There's something I can help you with. Are you going to take a commission or send one out? Just taking a look. See, if you run any guild-related issues, come and ask me. I'll provide double service and answer all answerable questions. Thank you for your contribution to the guild. Adventurer, we wish you smooth travels. There you go. We found the Catherine. Easy peasy. Oh, I guess doing that means I can do commissions. I don't know if I want to do that yet, though. Let's just hold off for a moment there. At least I unlocked it. I see that's the alchemy area. That's other stuff. Oh, yeah, that's good there. That's all good. Very good. Very, very good. I see there's quests and everything everywhere. I guess talking to Catherine got me a reputation reward. Let me go see about that. Like, I literally just said hello to her. Pelican. Yeah, it really was that simple. Get a recipe. That's nice. Yeah, a lot of these are only worth like 20 points. I'll have to look into that. Steak tata. Very nice. But yeah, since I got my dentist appointment in the morning, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's been 3 hours. I think that's alright. But yeah, thank you all so for coming. It's like I gotta get up really early. So yeah, I'll do a raid. Like so. So yeah. Like I said, Fontaine's good so far, and things are worked out really well for this stream. Saturday I'm doing Kirby, so you can look forward to that. So good night, everyone. Don't cry so much that it rains, and believe in justice, and don't trust your uncles. The very valuable lessons learned today. All right. Good night.